Good morning, my dear student. Myself, Sulochna Das, your history teacher from Others Education Society, welcome you back for the second part of our chapter Europe and India. So, now let's have a quick revision of what we have studied in the previous lecture. In the previous lecture, we have discussed about the period of Renaissance, religious reform movement, geographical discoveries, intellectual revolution in Europe, revolution in political sphere, and American War of Independence. Now, today in this module, we will be discussing about French Revolution, Industrial Revolution, rise of capitalism, colonialism, and imperialism. So let's talk about French Revolution. French Revolution is one of the most important events of the world. The French Revolution was a period of social and political upheaval in the France that began in 1789 and ended in the late 1799. There was widespread discontent among the people against the French monarchy. So the people of France revolted against uncontrolled and unjust monarchy and feudalism in the year 1789 AD and established a republic. This event is known as French Revolution. French Revolution gave the world the three values, that is liberty, equality and fraternity. Now liberty means freedom, equality means everyone have equal right, opportunity in the society. And fraternity means friendship and brotherhood. So, in the world history, among the political revolution, the American War of Independence and French Revolution have a great important place, or you can say have a very important place in the world history. So now the next topic is Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution is one of the significant development in human history. In Europe, in the later period of 18th century, there were many technological innovations. Goods began to be produced with the help of machine powered by steam at first. Later on, electricity came to be used. The cottage industries were replaced by big industries. Cottage industries means the small scale industries were replaced by the large scale industries, that is big factories. Machine came to be used instead of handlooms. Means clothes are manufactured now with the help of machine instead of hand. Railway and steamers became the mode of transportation. Means so far the transportation of goods, railway and steamer were used. Means for the transportation of the goods, now railways and steamers were used, which helped to transport goods faster and also in a greater quantities. Thus, the age of machine began, and that is known as the Industrial Revolution. In other words, we can say Industrial Revolution in modern history is the process of change from an agriculture and handicraft economy to one dominated by industries and machine manufacturing. So, Industrial Revolution began in England and then spread in other parts of the West. Means the Industrial Revolution first started in England, then it was spread to the different countries. During this period, England enjoyed industrial prosperity and came to be described as world factory. Now let's discuss about rise of capitalism. Now student, you know that Turks have blocked the land route joining Asia and Europe in the year 1453. And because of that, there was a need of finding alternative trade route. So, with the discovery of new sea routes, began a new era of trade between Europe and Asia. Many traders came forward to trade with eastern countries through the sea route. And it was not easy to carry out trade single-handedly, that is, to carry out trade alone. And hence, many traders came together and started trade. And thus, there was rise of many trading companies. For example, East India Company. The European rulers felt that trading with Oriental countries, that is the Eastern countries, was very profitable and which is responsible for the economic prosperity. So, the European rulers started giving military protection and trade concession to these trading companies so that they will get the economic profit or economic prosperity. This led to the accumulation of wealth in Europe. Means the European trader used to collect profit from the Asian countries by doing trading and bring back to their country, which led to the accumulation of wealth in Europe. And this property was used in the form of capital for the trade and commerce, and which led to rise of the capitalist economic system in Europe. So this is about the rise of capitalism. Now we move on to our next topic, that is colonialism. Now European traders prosper in eastern countries due to the development of new sea routes which connected western countries with the eastern countries. And that is the reason capitalism arose, which I have already told you. So similarly, a new concept of colonialism rose. Now what is the meaning of colonialism? Now colonialism means one country exploiting another country by making it into a colony. Means one country is exploiting another country and then making it a colony. A powerful country on the basis of economic and military strength occupies another region and establish its political supremacy. Or in other words, we can say a powerful country dominates a weaker country. And this is known as the colonialism. This tendency of colonialism led to the rise of imperialism among the European. Student, you know that India was also a colony of the Britishers. Britishers has exploited India economically, politically and militarily, and they have made India its colony. Okay, so this is about the colonialism. Now the next topic is imperialism. Imperialism means a system in which a powerful country controls other countries by establishing its overall domination and establishing many colonies. Many countries from Asian and African continent fell prey to this imperialistic aspirations of the European nation. A student, after the Industrial Revolution, there was rise in the production of goods, and the European traders were unable to find market for their finished product. And also, as there was lot of competition amongst the European nation, they also wanted raw material in cheaper rate. So these European countries turned their attention towards the Asian and African countries as the market for their finished product and also for their cheaper raw material. Another cause for the rise of imperialism was the discovery of sea routes, which paved the way for the trader and exploit the abundant wealth of the Asian and African countries, which promoted the spirit of imperialism. Thus, the you can say, in order to exploit the Asian and African countries, the European nation followed the imperialistic policies. So, student, with this we come to the end of part 2. I hope that you all have understood so far whatever I have explained. So, thank you and have a wonderful day.